only problem is this.
Pardon?
The only problem is this today. I
Please.
mean, I'm all for transparency. In fact, this is not a sealed cover procedure. Let me be very clear. But today an investigation is going on.
Correct.
Right?
I follow that.
If what CBI has told us in the course of the investigation is revealed, probably the investigation will get scuttled because people will become wise on what are the leads which have emerged in the course of the investigation. So that's the only thing.
I bow down straight away. My only, you see, the intervention in between will be causing problem.
So what we would like you to do, Mr. Huda, is
Please.
you have to, you know, redaction is not possible in these kind. If it's redacted, then it will have nothing of it will have nothing of substance. You will have to show us, prima facie, on the basis of your submissions, that the leak is so systemic and has affected the entire examination process across the country that we must cancel the examination and direct a fresh examination to be held.
Yes.
That is the area where we want to hear you. And then we'll hear the learned solicitor in response to that.
I will assess this honorable court.
Then,
that area.
just one second. Second, we have some ideas also on what we are going to pose to the solicitor thereafter.
Please.
We would like you to assist us on assuming, if we accept your wider submission that you must have a fresh, neat examination, then that's what you exactly want. Suppose in the alternative, after hearing you both, we are not with you, then we would like you to also assist the court on which are the further lines of investigation, what are the lines of investigation which must be carried out, in the sense that which are the specific issues which must be investigated. So we would like your assistance on both. The other is an alternate argument.
Yes, but the alternative argument has also come in my supplementary note which I circulated yesterday.
Okay, we'll
in the same matter, I have suggested that this is the line of investigation should be conducted to unearth this entire controversy.
All right, then we'll look at that. Later on, we'll read it with you.
At the outset, Lord, I was flagging my handicap in Lord, I'm assisting. I'm not saying that. But the handicap I have in assisting this honorable court in this leak matter, one, they have not declared the entire result. They have declared the result of 100 people. And my assistance is information gathered from here and there. UPSC, Lord, in IAS exam, they declared the result of entire people. At least they should have declared the result of this 1 lakh people who get admission. First 50,000 in the medical colleges.
Just one second.
The two handicaps, Lord, may kindly notice, I will have in the course of my assistance to this honorable court.
First 50,000. How many seats in the government medical colleges?
56,000. And Lord, everybody clamor for these first 56,000. Even the people below 56,000 may be
medical colleges?
52,000. 56 and 52. That is 1,08,000. Now, Lord, if re-exam happens, literally it is, if all of them do not want re-examination, the total number is 1,08,000 people, not 23 lakh people. The remaining 22 lakh people, so they are willing.
Except for the fact that if some people have wrongly got into the 1,08,000 category,
that's right.
Then somebody below the 1,08,000 can legitimately get into that 1,08,000.
That's right. So, but in fact, the balance is this 1 lakh. If all of them 1 lakh don't want re-examination, this 1 lakh on one side and 22 lakh on the other side who would like to take a chance in view of the this examination is marred by controversy. All 22 lakh would like to have a second chance.
That argument,
yes,
Mr. Huda, there is a problem. Forget the question of leak in this matter. Merely because, say, out of 22 lakh, 1 lakh 8 only have got admission or would get admission, and therefore you are left with, say, about 20 lakhs, 22 lakh students who would want to take a chance. We cannot order a re-examination merely because they want to take a chance.
Right. But I just
re-examination has to be on a concrete footing, that the sanctity of the entire examination has been broken.
I bow down. I just wanted to dispel an impression that the stake in the re-examination is of lakhs of people. No, the stake is of 1,08,000 people. I will have to set up, demonstrate conclusively that we cannot segregate tainted from the untainted. In Tanvi Sabharwal case and the judgment authored by Malot clearly says in Tanvi tainted from the untainted. In Tanvi Sabharwal case and the judgment authored by Malot clearly says in Tanvi Sabharwal's case, the finding was we have identified 40 out of 6 lakhs. The remaining we are not able to identify. So we cannot permit even 10 people.
So Huda, I think you need not labor that point because you're absolutely right on that.
I'm so great.
That if you can, as a conceptually, that if you can establish that it is not possible to segregate the tainted from the untainted, then the whole examination has to go because those basic, you can of course show those authorities briefly to us at a certain point. But when we have looked at the facts, but before we go into the authorities, we want you to address the core of the facts before us.
I will try to first summarize my case and then elaborate.
All right.
So that Milord has an idea what I am saying.
We can summarize now. 8,000. Totally, how many petitioners are before the court?
Good. But it is NTA can say, Milord.
NTA, 38 petitions. Now, you're for NTA, no?
Right by the NTA.
So 38 petitions includes the 6 transfer petitions or transfer
petitions before this honorable court would include the 6 transfer petitions
All
made
right.
by the NTA. So 32 petitioners, 32 petitions.
Our question is little. How
lakh
8,000.
I represent 10. I'm from
How many are asking for?
supported by 43 more from foreigners.
I do not know how many, at least 100, the candidates must
All
have
right.
called us individually, but who have not
I think they have a figure. 108. Mr. Kaushik, if you can just ask somebody, any of your team from the NTA, to just do this physical exercise of telling us even at lunch or after lunch, how many total students are involved in the matters before the, not involved, but how many students have moved the court in this batch of cases?
Lordship, with utmost respect, my lords, that may.
Approximately 108 are seeking reconduct of the examination.
Mr. Counsel, 108 who are seeking re-exam are amongst 1,08,000.
No,
Yes.
no, they'll be outside 1,08,000.
We are outside 1,08,000. It can't be.
Because 1,08,000 would get, they have succeeded.
They have not seek re-examination at all. I represent.
So all those who have not been able to
Yes,
clear.
yes.
Some people within 1,08,000 are also before your lordships because they say
They will not get into government medical.
They will first they will get into it.
In my petition,
seeking re-examination.
in my petition 700. In my lab, there are 5 candidates. One of them.
Now in charge, unless we ask a question to some other council, the others may not interrupt because otherwise, our line of thinking is also affected. And he is deflected also. He has his thought process in some matter, yes. Also, Brother Nisha had a point. What is the minimum mark which has been received by the petitioners before the court? We need not give us an offhand answer. Just do it at lunch and tell us.
Malad, can I have one thing, Malad? In 5 petitioners in my petition, Malad. One is having Malad 700. Another is having 600.
How will we be able to just wait for a minute? Let's have the conceptual basis of the matter. We can't go in individual facts like this. Let's have the concept very clear before us, and then we can see where the balance lies. Yes, Mr. Wood. We'll hear you. We're not going to run away. We are here to hear you and do justice to the matter.
Qualifying marks are 164.
Done this exercise, there are 131 students who are not falling within 1,08,000 and they are playing for retest.
131 students.
130. And there are petitioners and there are 254 who are falling within 1,08,000 They are opposing them. Not that statistics can assist your lordship either way, but factually this is the position.
So 131 students beyond 1,08,000 who want a retest, and
254, they are in the form of IAs for impleadment,
Who are opposing?
for opposing the retest.
My lords, the
They
figures
fall
may,
within 1,08,000.
the figures may not always be right, my lords, because I represent somebody who falls within
Yes, that's true.
and who says whose rank is about 2009. But so my lords, we'll work out the figures in common with Mr. Kaushik.
now tell us also what is the cutoff rank for the 56,000 and for the 1,08,000.
May just one clarification, conceptual. Anybody who is above the 50th percentile qualifies, in the sense that if somebody above them also does not go into medicine, goes into IIT, for instance, there will be a figure. So passing is 164. Passing is 164, but admission is a dynamic process, may stop at 1 lakh, may stop at 1,50,000, and depending on the particular quota or reservation or whatever is available. 164 is the cutoff mark. 164 means that you are above the 50th percentile. So about half the people have a qualification to be allotted a seat, but not everybody will be allotted a seat. So it's a dynamic process. There is 1,08,000 seats available. Some of them may not opt for medicine, some may go into IIT, this, that, and the other. The figure will come down. And also depending on whether you have a reserved category or something. So it is not, so it is dynamic, but roughly saying, I think the last figures will stop at 2.5 lakhs, rank-wise. That's
All right, let's hear Mr. Huda now. Yes, Mr. Huda.
Wait, please, Lord. So, my Lord, I'm
You
starting.
can summarize your case, you say.
Yes, I'll just summarize. But it will give me a space, please. Lord, I'm starting with a handicap. I do not have the result. Because of that, I cannot have the data analytics, which the state has placed, NTA has placed on record, giving the bell curve. And Lord, one of the director of IIT Madras is a member of the governing body of NTA. They have run the data analytics process, taking the entire number of 23,33,000 candidates who sat in the examination. If data analytics is to be run to 23,33,000 people, at what stage 10,000 or 20,000 people have sneaked into it? This data analytics running into half a page, which every dot means thousands of people. You cannot detect any abnormality when you draw a bell curve, which is based on 23,33,000. The correct procedure, if at all they were doing it well, the correct procedure was to apply this process to 1,08,000 people. The first 1 lakh people in 2021, 22, 23 and 24. Probably the curve would have been able to catch 1,000, 2,000 people going up and down. Now even 1% is into thousands of candidates. This Honorable Court has not tolerated, even if it comes to a conclusion that 1,000 people have entered into the system of this 1 lakh, which we are not able to detect. This examination cannot be sustained.
Well, that's one aspect about what IIT Madras has done. Now, what about how do you develop? Now, you can develop the basic case that you have.
I'm demonstrating that IIT Madras can't be relied upon.
Because they have taken the entire body of 21.33 lakhs.
That's right.
And according to you, that data analytics should have been done on the restricted figure of 1,08,000 and compare that with 2021, 22 and 23.
So great. And Willard, the governing body member is the of NTA is the director IIT Madras. There is a conflict of interest, Willard.
No, but therefore, you take it, I mean, what is at the highest, what does that lead to? Your argument is that the data analytics has been done by NTA itself.
Correct. That's right.
It can't be higher than that.
And apply.
That's because because the director of IIT Madras is also on the governing body of NTA.
That's right.
Actually, he's not.
He's not there. Because the director of IIT Madras is also on the governing body of NTA.
That's right.
Actually, he's not.
He's not there.
He is present in
But
the court
yes,
in my request. He says he is not on the board of directors of NTA.
Oh, I see.
He was an outsider whose not expertise.
But anybody from IIT Madras who is on the governing body of NTA?
He was. Somebody else was.
Was means in the past.
In past.
Today IIT Madras has nobody from IIT Madras in NTA.
When was that password when he exited?
But the person, the director who has prepared this report,
Mr. Solicitor, just sit for a second and ask them what the position is so that you can have a seat.
just this is not the way it is done. Please don't do this.
Not attended any board, now they are
Member. Not a member. Any other person who is a member.
Unknown person. That's a previous guy.
When?
Now, IIT JEE for 2024 was held by IIT Madras or who held it?
IIT Madras. He is the chairman of that IIT JEE examination committee, but he deputed somebody to attend meetings of NT.
Oh, I see.
He ex officio is there to use his expertise.
So I'll just stick it down. IIT JEE for 2024
Was conducted by IIT Madras.
yes,
And the chairman of IIT who conducts IIT JEE, ex officio is a member of NTA.